Hey, Baccarat players, Jimbo here. I thought I'd share with you what I've learned during the past 20 some years that I've been gambling, and that includes budgeting, risk rewards, discipline, and bet selection. So let's talk about budgeting. When gambling, what helped me the most was knowing what I was willing to lose during a given session. If you're not willing to lose the amount of your buy-in, you really shouldn't be putting that much up on the table. It's called risk reward management. When I play Baccarat, I haven't made at least half of my target amount by hand 26. I just go to another shoe. You know, Budgeting. It really can help a player avoid digging themselves into a hole that they really don't have to or want to climb out of. Sure, you may get on a hot streak one time or another, but it doesn't happen that frequently. So set an amount you want to risk with every shoe. If you don't want to do it that way, set a maximum risk for the day and don't change. Keep to it. As I mentioned, risk rewards. Know how much you're willing to risk. Follow the idea of budgeting. Another important thing to consider when stepping up to a table is knowing how much you're willing to risk to reach that target amount. For example, if you saw a video that says $50, and you'll get $1,000 a day, and you think that sounds too good to be true, well, you're right. It's too good to be true. It's going to happen. Not consistently, anyway. If I'm playing at a $50 table, my bankroll is $2,000. I expect to make $500. I'm not going to sit there all day trying to make it. If I haven't made it, half of it, or close to half of it, by hand 26, I'll go to another table. You know, the key to it is having a good bet selection process. Don't bet every hand. You don't need to. And you don't have to sit there all day long either. Discipline. This will probably be your greatest challenge. I know it was for me. There are times that, you're sitting at a table and you're optimistic and you think it's going to go your way. But like I said, if you don't reach at least half of your target amount by hand 26 in Baccarat, go to another shoe. Judge your winnings by the number of shoes that you play, not one shoe at a time. I learned that when I practice money management, discipline, and bet selection using a cheat sheet, I'll win 7, 8 shoes out of 10. Winning streaks don't last forever, so don't count on them. The key is to realize you're in a good position and up a few bucks. Don't take too many risks. If you see you're losing consistently over 2 or 3 hands, you might want to get up and walk away. Bet selection. This is not an easy task. We all try to figure it out, and I was not alone in trying to do this. It was my biggest challenge, and one that provoked me into documenting an outcome of over 48,000 Baccarat hands and more than 800 Baccarat shoes in live casinos. I was determined to get an edge on the game, and I believe I have. Of course, my main goal was to identify what hands had the highest frequency for players and bankers, but in the process I also documented ties and pairs. I know, with confidence, what hand to bet or not to bet. And I can tell you that I am correct more times than not. But like I said, I win more shoes than I lose, but it doesn't happen every shoe. And it probably won't for you either. Pick a good time to gamble. Don't go gambling if you just had a fight with your wife or your girlfriend, or you have some kind of emotional stress, or if you found that you owe money to the IRS. If you need money to fix your car, don't use that to gamble. You know, anything out there can really upset you emotionally, and it's not a good time to gamble. Just wait for another day. Practice good manners. How many times have you sat at a Baccarat table or even a craps table, and people are pushing in and betting over your shoulder? It's just bad manners. Don't do that. Be respectful for other players. They were there first. Don't ask to piggyback on someone else's bet. Find a place that you can sit down and bet yourself. Strategies. Everybody talks about strategies. I really get tired of hearing it, but it is a popular concept. I call it a game plan. If you don't have a game plan or a strategy, go to www.baccaratcheatsheets.com. You'll see 7 strategies that I tested that work with cheat sheets. But if you understand the cheat sheet, you can develop your own. If you don't want to do that, you may want to try my foolproof cheat sheet or my simple betting cheat sheet. Or like I said, develop your own cheat sheet or your own strategy game plan with the pro cheat sheet. But most importantly, practice, 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 practice. That's what professional athletes do all the time. That's how they get to be in the NFL, in the NBA. They don't just walk in and say, hey guys, I'm ready to play. They practice. You need to do the same thing. There's no strategy where you'll win every time. Be satisfied if you win 70 to 80% of the time. I know I am. Hey guys, it's Jimbo again. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you decide, become a member at www.baccarat-cheatsheets.com. Thanks again.